Welcome back to movies that have changed or shaped my life in some way, shape, or form, positive or negative. Today we're going to be talking about Harry Potter and the negative effects that it has on young children and even adults till this day. So right off the bat, one of the main reasons it's really bad is because of it promoting witchcraft and wizardry. The kids going around thinking that they can perform miracles with a wand. And buddy, I hate to tell you, but I ain't never seen a real life miracle performed with a wand, only performed by the hand of God. Alright? So that's one of the main things that right away I should have known in my younger age to avoid this movie. The second thing that I've realized is that there's an underlying gay theme in the movie, and I'm pretty sure it supports pedophilia, as in their school principal is a homosexual, and he's always hanging around this young boy. And you just gotta put two and two together at that point, and it's pretty disturbing stuff. It really is. It kind of just makes you wonder, what's wrong with people watching this and showing it to their kids. It's like they just don't get it. And it's crazy. And, I didn't get it when I was a kid. It's the parents' job to teach these kids, hey, that's the devil's work. I couldn't figure that out when 2001, man, I'm watching this movie, I'm like, whoa, this is pretty cool. Running around thinking I'm, doing Lavertian Leviosas and Alakazooms, and, I'm having fun, I'm thinking I'll play Quidditch, pretending I'm going to jump off that roof and fly around on a broomstick, chase down the magic snitch, and all that cool Harry Potter stuff that I thought was cool at the time. But now I realize that, well, back then, I just thought it was all my imagination. I'm just having fun. I'm a kid. I'm having fun up there on the roof, playing on a broom. And now that I reflect that, I've come to realize, that wasn't me and my imagination up there on the roof. That was the devil. And he was trying to make me jump off that roof, kill myself, and send my soul to hell so he could have my soul eternally, like all the other kids that were corrupted by Harry Potter and jumped off the roof. So I realized, they trick you in any way, shape, or form to get your soul. And Satan's in Hollywood. He's the best film producer there, best director, best producer, best actor, Satan. So, I grew up watching it, no one teaching me no different, and one day I tell my girlfriend, like, hey, I know you don't watch Harry Potter, but man, it's in 3D. And I think this one was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. And it was in 3D, so I was like, I know you don't watch it and you don't know what's going on, but it's in 3D. We gotta go watch that. And so she's like, alright, it's in 3D. I'll go. I'm like, She's like, I'm only gonna watch 3D parts though. You know, I'm like, alright, it's whatever. You know, I won't watch it. But you know, she's going to church at times and around those times, and she's heard about Harry Potter before, so she's a little skeptical about if she, you know, was gonna be able to make it through it without, you know, throwing up or getting violent urges, you know, because, you know, when you're pure and you watch Harry Potter or movies like that, and man, Satan tries to wrap hold of you and you gotta fight him off, and I've seen some crazy stuff happen, you know. So, you know, she goes with me, you know, I'm trying to get her to, you know, her hand closer to my lap, and I'm making some, you know, jokes with the 3D glasses about my pants popping out. If you look close enough, you'll see something rise from my crotch, and, you know, it wasn't really working that well, so I kind of just shut up, and, you know, I was thinking maybe I'd get something in the car after or something, you know. And so start watching the movie. About 30 minutes in, she had enough. She's like, I can feel it. I can feel Satan's stronghold on me. This movie's corrupting me. We gotta get out of here. We gotta go straight to church. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, listen, I know you didn't have nobody teaching this stuff, and I'm going to tell you right now that, you know, my preacher said that he's known many kids that lost their souls and lost their ways when just very young pups and stuff from Harry Potter, man. I'm like, I'm like, no way, man. It's like good versus evil, you know, like, boom, you know, get that bad guy. And I'm like, that's all they doing. It's like this little fucking, you know, team of kids, and they're running around, like, get that bad guy, and they're getting him. It's like Scooby-Doo, but magic, you know? And that's all I thought about. I'm like, it's like Scooby-Doo, but magic. And turns out it ain't, man. Turns out that it's some dark stuff when you think about it. And I didn't know. She opened my eyes, and I'm like, you know, we went straight to that church, and that pastor started telling me, man, he's like, you know, these movies like Magic Mike and, you know, Harry Potter. You know, he's like, man, they seduce you into believing, you know, this, and like these empowering things, and they're like, that's not how the Lord wants you to think. You know, you know, I used to think that my imagination was something good, but no, I mean, apparently that's just like a gateway, man, a gateway from Satan, and that's how it gets in your body, man. I didn't know that, and I'm like, whoa, man. I'm like, what about reading Harry Potter, man? I'm like, he's like, man. He's like, he said the demons come from those pages, man. You turn page after page after page, you're letting all them demons in your house. And I'm like, geez, that's like 300 demons. And, you know, then I got kind of scared, because I'm like, trying to do the math in my head, 6 books, multiply that by how many pages they probably got estimated, and I'm like, man, there's a lot of demons in my house right now. I don't know what to do about it. But, yeah, I learned from that day on, man. I decided I'm just gonna watch, you know, things like what good Christians watch, man. I'm gonna watch things like Avengers, you know, that one movie, it's become my favorite now. Oh Brother, We're Out There, you know, good Christian movies. And people are like, well, how's Avengers good Christian movies? Well, because I know a lot of good Christians that watch Avengers. I figured the Lord, you know, they don't want no, I mean, there's no wizard or witchcraft. There's only a little bit of paganism. And that's okay, because it's just Lee Hemsworth. And boy, I mean, Lee Hemsworth, side note, that blonde hair, man, and those abs, like, yeah. But, you know, he's just playing. He don't really think he's no Thor, because that's paganism, and that don't exist. There's only, none of that nonsense is real, and he don't think that. I heard that Daniel Radcliffe, man, he really thinks he can go around doing miracles out of one. So that's a big difference already right there. And some people want to say, well, there's more violence in Avengers. There's killing, there's taking over. There's all kinds of killing and beating up and violence and stuff like that. And I figure the Lord don't mind. The Lord don't mind intergalactic warfare, because that's not nonsense, and that probably space is just those pretty little that's just his little pretty little hanging his lights and stuff out there for us to look at and us to look up to the heavens. That's all space is. So that's just a bunch of make-believe alien stuff, man. So I'm figuring God don't mind, Lord don't mind about that. And so that's why I think Avengers okay. Plus you got Captain America, and we all know Lord we're the only ones that the Lord loves is America. So, there's that. And just recently, this was a shocker to me, and it makes me really reflect now that I know, man. I heard that Joe Biden, man, he's a decent Harry Potter fan. And when that news struck, that hit a nerve. That really hit a nerve, man. I'm like, the criminal mastermind that rigged America, he likes Harry Potter. So that goes to tell you something right there, man. So yeah, that's all about Harry Potter I got to say. And I really don't recommend it, man, because you don't want that. You don't want that devil stuff in your home, corrupting your kids or your future kids or your little brother. No, you gotta be that person that lets people know that will corrupt your soul and you will become a demon. And I just don't want that to happen to you. So I'm gonna leave you on that note. Let you ponder. And I really hope you don't pick up that book or that movie. And your soul will stay sacred and pure. Thanks for listening to me.